Now Akers to start the third quarter on the ground. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. To throw, it's Carr. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Paul Krause. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give him the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their mind. But there's a long way to go in this game.
He's got a man complete. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Devontae Smith, 36 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is not going to find the end zone. He stopped up short, and this remains a 6-6 game.
Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover, but I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And that is incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
High throw, but he makes the catch. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get. The third down conversion. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Carr. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he's free going down the left side. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 26-yard line. A give up the... And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
I know a lot of defensive coaches have certain guys on their squad that they look to as drive stoppers, guys who can make big plays, interceptions, knock it free. In this case, they didn't need one. The offense supplied it for them, just dropping the ball.
Yeah, and that was after they were doing so well on this drive through the air. They go to the ground, doesn't work. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. Oh, what a juke into space. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. And the Chiefs are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll check this down to Johnson. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5.
And that's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks. And you often...
And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Chris Johnson, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs have broken our tie and have taken a fourth quarter lead. They'll try and run it here. And he is into the end zone. The conversion attempt is good. And that'll give him an 8-point lead here in the fourth. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. They'll come up first and 10 here. Here's Carr. A short throw caught by Andrews. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They'll come up now on second down. Throwing his Carr. And his throw here's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And that is incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
It's gotta have it time. 4th and 9. Now Carr, gotta have this one. He's got McLaurin, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Carr to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Carr. And he comes back with one complete. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Here's Carr. And this is caught. He hits more. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yep, the opportunity squashed. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. To throw is Mahomes. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mahomes to throw. That's caught by Johnson. And he will have a Chiefs first down. And that's the one that should seal the victory. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Obviously, Charles, such an important, well-executed touchdown, and that caps off what has been a strong second half. Remember, they trailed at halftime.
And how about the response? That's the type of thing that every team talks about before a season begins. Don't worry about the scoreboard at the half. Let's play strong in the second and come out and take the fight to our opponent. They did exactly that, and now they have the lead to show for it.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Here's 1st and 10. Now Carr. Out route looking for McLaurin. He's got him. Here's 2nd down. Play action. Now it's Carr. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. And the Chiefs come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the state. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the 3rd quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Let's just lean on the word good here, partner. Good way to start the second half. Good safe throw, and a good quick first down as well.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. That'll be caught by Hester. And he's taken down inside the 30. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Chris Johnson, 29 yards, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
They'll try and run for it with Johnson, and he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
Some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, but as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Now Watson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. That's George Karlaftis who fought his way through the line to bury him. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Taken right around the 44. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. And now here comes Kansas City. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. A give up the middle to Johnson. And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down marker at the Vikings' 22. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Touchdown! Chris Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Well, that makes this a two-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, it's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Mahomes going to change things up. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. This is 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he's going to have a first down on a gain of about 10, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top. Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6? Looking to throw is Mahomes. Steps away. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So the 2-point conversion trend continues, at least as far as trying those goes. They've attempted them after all 3 touchdowns, CD, and converted now 2 of them.
They're not just dipping their toe in the water, are they? I mean, they're committed to going for 2 points, and 2 out of 3, now with a 22-0 lead. In a sense, they're a little bit ahead of the curve because normally it would be 21, wouldn't it?
And with the way their defense is playing, I don't know if it matters if they do convert any of these. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he'll take it on this side of midfield. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The Chiefs offense set to go. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Forced out to his left. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down. Now back to throw. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Johnson is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. So it goes from a 3-score to a 4-score lead here in the closing moments of the fourth quarter. And whether they got that bonus touchdown or not, it's been a pretty impressive performance.
And they did it with not much time left. But they took what little time was on the clock and used it well, didn't they? Put a real exclamation point on their win with that score.
They're going to try and run. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
The punter McAfee to kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get it into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Hall of Famer Ken Houston. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And they'll take over here following the interception with good field position and a chance to take the lead with a touchdown. Mahomes now to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. And he rifles one incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Mahomes throwing on 4th. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. A.J. Brown, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he is into the end zone to give him a 2-point lead. Could have been up 1 with a point after, but they go for 2. It worked.
It almost seems like they're trying to set an identity, doesn't it? We're going to be one of those teams that every time we get a chance to put extra points on the board, we will. Because really it's minimal in difference, right? Whether you're at 1 or 2, the field goal can still get you.
After the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And New York set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Throwing, Jones. That's complete to Chandler on the check down. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Now Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. Working from the gun, Mahomes on the move to his left. Keeps himself upright, and he finds his way into the end zone as the lead moves to 10. So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A 2-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football and just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of the...
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But I think a Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And that will set him up in excellent shape. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
But that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. Pushing through the contact. And Johnson is in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. You talk about certain guys just having a nose for the end zone. He's one of them, and he was not going to be denied there.
And defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for dear life. But he's able to get out of a couple of tackles there, and not enough people got there in time. Pretty poor on the defensive side of the ball.
And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. The 3rd time wasn't a charm. They got... first 2 two-point tries. Still have the lead, but couldn't get the third.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for 2 so often?
Yeah, we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game plan for it. Felt good about being aggressive and going for it. And right up until that one, they'd got 2 for 2.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. And he is going to have a Jets first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Looking to throw. Jones. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. Johnson jostles free. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. Now here's Mahomes. Oh, he shifts past him, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Up the middle, Johnson. The great move couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. And Johnson works his way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. After the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. No, let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. Mahomes going to throw it here. To the left side and caught by Hester. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Mahomes going to throw. This is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. This has just really been a solid second half from them, CD, as they add another touchdown to the lead and they start to pull away in what was once a close ball game.
Yeah, they actually put the Jets on in this one, didn't they? Put a little cherry on top with that touchdown. Now we just got to play out this final minute, and they'll get a chance to celebrate a very hard-earned victory.
Now Mahomes. It's complete. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
But I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
He finds his man, complete. It's Chandler. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they got to get to the line quickly. To throw again on second down. Jones. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. They'll get 34 yards there.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. He'll buy some time right. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking, nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And all this is taken in one.